Hi guys, I've locked in my takes for 4 NBA games on deck today. Let's dive in and find the best value plays. The first prediction for today is for the game between the Milwaukee Bucks and Toronto Raptors. Alright, hoop fans, let's talk about this matchup in Toronto because I'm feeling pretty confident about where this one's heading. The Milwaukee Bucks roll into town for the second night of a back-to-back after battling the Pacers, and you can't underestimate how much that matters at this stage of the season. Back-to-backs take a toll, especially when the first game's against a run-and-gun squad like Indiana. That's a lot of running, a lot of transition defense, and then you've got to pack your bags, go through customs, and face a rested Toronto Raptors squad that's been waiting for you at home. That's a tough turnaround, no matter how good you are. Now, don't get me wrong, Milwaukee's been balling lately. Giannis has been his usual monster self, filling up the box score with those video game numbers, 30 plus a night, double-digit boards, and somehow still handling playmaking duties. Miles Turner's presence in the paint gives them rim protection and some stretch shooting, but you can tell this team's still figuring out their chemistry. And that second unit rotation, it's been solid, but you can't expect fresh legs after 2 straight road battles. Toronto, on the other hand, is trending in the right direction. After dropping a few early ones, they're finally starting to click. RJ Barrett's slashing game has been smooth, Ingram's mid-range is automatic, and Scotty Barnes is just doing everything. Defending, crashing the glass, facilitating. You can see this squad settling into an identity. They've been one of the better home teams when they get that crowd behind them, and tonight should be no different. There's also the revenge factor. Toronto remembers that October 24th loss when Giannis dominated inside. They've had time to study that film, adjust their defensive rotations, and come in with a chip on their shoulder. Jakob Poeltl's status is worth watching, but even if he's limited, I like the way the Raptors match up physically. They've got wings who can switch everything and guards who push the pace. And let's not forget the betting side of things. Milwaukee's failed to cover the spread in most of their recent road back-to-backs, and Toronto's been reliable at home against Eastern opponents. The fatigue, the travel, and the energy of that Scotiabank crowd tilt this one in the Raptors' favor. So yeah, I'm not overthinking this. I think the Raptors take control late, force Milwaukee into half-court sets, and make them grind for every bucket. Giannis will get his, no doubt, but I see Toronto's depth and rest advantage paying off big. My prediction? The Toronto Raptors to win and cover the 2.5-point spread. I'm riding with the Dinos tonight. They've got the edge, the motivation, and the fresher legs. Let's cash it in. The second prediction for today is for the game between the Orlando Magic and Atlanta Hawks. Alright, hoop heads. This one's shaping up to be more than just another regular season matchup. The Atlanta Hawks are limping into this game, still trying to figure out who they are without Trae Young steering the ship. That knee injury has completely shifted their offensive rhythm, and without their floor general setting the tempo, the half-court sets have looked flat and predictable. Porzingis has been solid, doing a bit of everything, scoring inside, spacing the floor, and protecting the rim. But the truth is, he can't carry this squad alone for an entire stretch. Jalen Johnson's emergence has been one of the bright spots. The kid's energy is real, he crashes the glass hard, and runs the floor with purpose. Dyson Daniels adds some spark defensively, but consistency remains an issue. And let's be honest, when your backcourt rotation relies on patching minutes together between Nickeil Alexander-Walker and other role players, it's tough to maintain a steady offensive flow. Against the Cavaliers, Atlanta's ball movement stagnated, and that's a worrying sign heading into a matchup with a defensive-minded team like Orlando. Now, the Magic, they've quietly built something special. This group isn't flashy, but they play hard, smart, and connected basketball. Their defense has become a real problem for opposing teams. They close out shooters, switch effectively, and force opponents into ugly possessions late in the shot clock. Offensively, they might not be an explosive juggernaut, but their efficiency comes from unselfish play and patience. They're balanced, well-coached, and their young core looks hungry every night. With the Hawks scrambling to find leadership and rhythm, I believe Orlando has the edge in this one. They'll own the paint, limit second-chance looks, and capitalize on Atlanta's sloppy turnovers. Expect them to get out in transition where their athleticism shines. So yeah, I'm riding with the Magic here. My prediction, Orlando Magic to win and cover the 4-point spread. I like how composed and disciplined this group is, especially on the road. They've got better balance, better chemistry, and in this matchup, I trust their defense to get the job done. That's my call. Magic take care of business, and they do it convincingly. The third prediction for today is for the game: the Philadelphia 76ers and the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls return to the United Center with a chip on their shoulder after that tough loss at Madison Square Garden. I've been watching this group closely, and man, they've found something special. Ever since moving Zach LaVine to Sacramento, this team has been locked in, sharing the rock, defending together, and playing some of the most unselfish basketball in the East. Josh Giddey has been the heart of it all, posting triple-doubles like it's nothing, while Vucevic keeps pounding the glass and spacing the floor with that smooth jumper. Chicago's offense has been flowing beautifully, ranking top 5 in efficiency. When Giddey pushes the tempo and guys like Trey Jones and Mattis Buzelis hit open looks, this team is tough to slow do. WN. And what stands out most is their third-quarter surge. They lead the league in scoring after halftime, often breaking games wide open coming out of the locker room. Now, Philly comes in hot too, winning 5 of their first 6, lighting up teams with Tyrese Maxey's speed and Kelly Oubre Jr.'s scoring touch. They've been explosive offensively, no doubt, but their defense still feels shaky, especially when Joel Embiid isn't in full rhythm or when Paul George sits out. Maxey has been incredible, averaging over 30 points a night, but the Sixers have leaned heavily on him. And on the road, that can wear a team down fast. At home, the Bulls have been nearly unbeatable, winning 8 of their last 9 at the United Center. The crowd energy in Chicago has been real, and you can feel this team feeding off it. Even with Kobe White still sidelined and Dosunmu listed as questionable, their ball movement and depth have made the difference. They've been a team that finds ways to get contributions from everyone. That's the mark of a group that's maturing fast. I know the Sixers offense can strike in bunches, but this Bulls squad is built to take those punches and come right back swinging. They've covered in 8 of their last 9 home games, and their chemistry right now is too sharp to overlook. So yeah, both teams are rolling, both are hungry, and both are dangerous. But tonight, I'm siding with the team that's showing more balance, more grit, and more collective drive. My prediction is the Chicago Bulls to win. The fourth prediction for today is for the game between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Clippers. This matchup between the Thunder and Clippers at the Intuit Dome has that classic young legs versus veteran grind vibe. OKC has been on a tear, playing like a team that's still riding the adrenaline of last year's championship run. 11 straight wins and counting. They've been bullying teams on both ends, fast, physical, and locked in. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been cooking all season, breaking down defenses with that silky mid-range and keeping everyone involved. When Chet Holmgren's healthy, he's been the perfect inside-out partner, spacing the floor and swatting shots like it's nothing. Even without Jalen Williams and a few key pieces, this Thunder squad just keeps rolling. But tonight's story feels like a setup for a surprise. The Clippers may be older, but they've still got that veteran swagger. Kawhi Leonard and James Harden have been quietly putting together some efficient nights, and when they're in rhythm, this team looks completely different. They've covered the spread in 5 straight back-to-backs and have been money when playing in front of their home crowd. Ivica Zubac has been a monster on the glass lately, and with OKC missing size down low, that could be the difference maker. The biggest challenge for the Clippers is consistency. They can drop 40 in a quarter, then go ice cold the next. They're still figuring out how to mesh Harden's tempo with Kawhi's isolation-heavy approach. But at home, with the crowd behind them and the Thunder coming off another emotional win, I expect them to dig in defensively and make this a scrap. Don't be shocked if Harden controls the pace, slows the game down, and forces OKC to play half-court ball, a rhythm that favors the Clippers. Sure, the Thunder are the hot hand, but injuries are starting to stack up, and no team keeps the pedal down forever. I think the Clippers catch them on the perfect night, second of a back-to-back for OKC, and the veteran group smelling an opportunity to prove they can still hang with the best. So yeah, call me bold, but my gut says this is where experience and home court pride kick in. My prediction is the Los Angeles Clippers to cover the 9-point spread with ease. I'm rolling with the Clips to protect their house and remind everyone they're not done yet.